Good afternoon. Here we are again in J.P. Block's apartment. And I'm just curious, I see this piece of pottery here sitting beside you, this vessel shape. Is this one of your pieces?
Yes, actually it is. Thank you. And you can look inside here and see the different kind of glaze I gave it. And I like experimenting with different kinds of effects on the glaze. And it's one of dozens and dozens of pots that I've made. So thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about Identity Thief, which is a completely new style of writing for you, and really intriguing way of writing. I'd like to ask you one about the style of writing, because it's written from two people's point of view, and while you're reading it, it's absolutely fascinating.
Yeah.
And the other is what sort of brought you to this unusual and really sort of exciting storyline.
Oh, well, thank you. Actually, I'm going to answer them, I think, in reverse order. The way the book got written was actually a very crummy way to go about writing a book, or so I was told. I contacted my literary agency in New York and said, here's 5 or 10 or 7 ideas for a novel, which one do you think I should do? And that was when they said that that's a bad way to write a book. However, if you were going to write one, why don't you pick an identity thief? And that wasn't actually the one I was hoping they would pick. I actually don't even remember what that other one was. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that writing about identity theft could be a kind of metaphor for the times we live in which identity is very hard to come by. People are very unsure of themselves, and it doesn't take very much, I don't think, for people to lose their sense of self. And so when I say it's called Identity Thief, more gets stolen than just someone's bank account. Insofar as the writing style, it has two narrators who take turns telling the story. One is the identity thief, who is this sort of klutzy computer geek that some people actually kind of make fun of, but he does know his way around a computer, and he's put in a position where, to protect his son, he has a young son, he realizes that he needs to steal money. And the person he ends up deciding to steal the money from, to hack into his bank account, is a doctor named Dr. Jesse Savage. He's a psychologist. He's sort of the psychologist from hell, if you could imagine, say, Donald Trump or someone like Kanye West or someone as a psychologist to make you feel better. He's really incapable of only thinking of himself. So actually, the identity thief is more sympathetic than the person who got his money stolen. But the thievery has an effect on both of them. There's more than one thievery that takes place. It sets in motion all kinds of violence and vindictiveness and things like that. There's some sex along the way. And women get involved in either side as they seem to be working with either the doctor or the thief to try to put an end to the matter. And actually a couple of years pass by over the course of the story, which builds and builds, and then at the end the reader sort of gets the rug pulled out from under him or her, because there's a big surprise at the end. But it's how this same event is perceived differently by both these people, and what it does to their lives, which in one case actually makes the person feel much more empowered, and in the other case makes the psychologist feel very, very disempowered. And that's what it's about.
Well, it was. I thought it was a terrific read. Got right through it. It was a fast, fun little roller coaster ride, and I'm interested in. It was interesting hearing you talk about the background of it. Thanks so much for sharing your time with us.
Thank you.